Random and interesting facts about literally everything. That's right, you didn't misread. Here we have random and interesting facts about literally everything you could think of. Anyway, let's get started with these facts. 1. Canadians say sorry so much that a law was passed in 2009 declaring that an apology can't be used as evidence of admission to guilt. 2. Back when dinosaurs existed, there used to be volcanoes that were erupting on the moon. 3. The only letter that doesn't appear on the periodic table is J. 4. One habit of intelligent humans is being easily annoyed by people around them, but saying nothing in order to avoid a meaningless argument. 5. In 2006, a Coca-Cola employee offered to sell Coca-Cola secrets to Pepsi. Pepsi responded by notifying Coca-Cola. 6. There were 2 AI chatbots created by Facebook to talk to each other, but they were shut down after they started communicating in a language they made for themselves. 7. The famous line in Titanic from Leonardo DiCaprio, "I'm king of the world," was improvised. 8. A single strand of spaghetti is called a spaghetto. 9. Sunflowers can help clean radioactive soil. Japan is using this to rehabilitate Fukushima. Almost 10,000 packets of sunflower seeds have been sold to the people of the city. 10. If you cut down a cactus in Arizona, you be penalized up to 25 years in jail. It is similar to cutting down a protected tree species. 11. The Buddha commonly depicted in statues and pictures as a different person entirely. The real Buddha was actually incredibly skinny because of self-deprivation. 12. The first movie ever to put out a motion picture soundtrack was Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. 13. If you point your car keys to your head, it increases the remote's signal range. This works by using your brain to act as a radio transmitter. 14. Originally, cigarette filters were made out of cork, the look of which was incorporated into today's pattern. 15. In 1923, a jockey suffered a fatal heart attack but his horse finished and won the race, making him the first and only jockey to win a race after death. 16. At birth, a baby panda is smaller than a mouse. 17. The world's largest grand piano was built by a 15-year-old in New Zealand. The piano is a little over 18 feet long and has 85 keys, 3 short of the standard 88. 18. In order to keep Nazis away, a Polish doctor faked a typhus outbreak. This strategy saved 8,000 people. 19. After the release of the 1996 film Scream, which involved an anonymous killer calling and murdering his victims, caller ID usage tripled in the United States. 20. The spiked dog collar was invented by the ancient Greeks to protect their dogs from wolf attacks. 21. Jack Daniel, the founder of the whiskey, died from kicking a safe. When he kicked it, he broke his toe, which got infected. He eventually died from blood poisoning. 22. There is a boss in Metal Gear Solid 3 that can be defeated by not playing the game for a week, or by changing the date. 23. The Roman-Persian Wars are the longest in history, lasting over 680 years. They began in 54 BC and ended in 628 AD. 24. Elton John tried to commit suicide once by sticking his head in an oven with the gas on low and windows open. He was found and stopped by his best friend Bernie Taupin. 25. Ed Sheeran bought a ticket to LA with no contacts. He was spotted by Jamie Foxx, who offered him the use of his recording studio and a bed in his Hollywood home for 6 weeks. 26. The first service animals were established in Germany during World War I. References to service animals date as far back as the mid-16th century. 27. The voice actor of SpongeBob and the voice actor of Karen, Plankton's computer wife, have been married since 1995. 28. An Italian banker, Gilberto Baschiera is considered a modern-day Robin Hood. Over the course of 7 years, he secretly diverted €1 million to poorer clients from the wealthy ones so they could qualify for loans. He made no profit and avoided jail in 2018 due to a plea bargain. 29. 75% of the world's diet is produced from just 12 plant and 5 different animal species. 30. The British government coined the slogan, "Keep calm and carry on," during World War II in order to motivate citizens to stay strong. 31. Apple paid a couple $1.7 million for their plot of land, which was only worth $181,700. While Apple was building a huge data center in the middle of North Carolina, they wanted to occupy the area of a couple that lived there for 34 years. When the couple refused to leave, Apple paid them $1.7 million for their land. 32. IKEA is an acronym which stands for Ingvar Kamprad Elmtereda Gunnerid, which is the founder's name, farm where he grew up, and hometown. 33. In 2009, Stephen Hawking held a reception for time travelers, but didn't publicize it until after. This way, only those who could time travel would be able to attend. Nobody else attended. 34. There are less than 30 ships in the Royal Canadian Navy, which is less than most third world countries. 35. The youngest pope in history was Pope Benedict IX, who was 11 years old at the time of election. He is also the only person to have been the pope more than once. 36. Costa Coffee employs Gennaro Pelliccia as a coffee taster, who has had his tongue insured for £10 million since 2009. 37. During the Prohibition era, the U.S. government allowed whiskey to be sold through pharmacies. As a result, Walgreens grew from 20 retail stores to almost 400. 38. In 1325, 2 Italian city-states fought over a bucket, which resulted in 2,000 deaths. It started when 2 soldiers stole a bucket from a well from the city center. 39. There is an underwater version of rugby, unsurprisingly called underwater rugby. It is a contact sport between 2 teams of 6 competing underwater in a pool to score goals while freediving. 40. Although GPS is free for the world to use, it costs $2 million per day to operate. The money comes from American tax revenue. 41. The color red doesn't really make bulls angry, they are colorblind. 42. Until 2016, the "Happy Birthday" song was not for public use. Meaning, prior to 2016, the song was copyrighted and you had to pay a license to use it. 43. Researchers have found that flossing your teeth can help your memory. Flossing prevents gum disease, which prevents stiff blood vessels, which cause memory issues. 44. The Hobbit has been published in 2 editions. In the first edition, Gollum willingly bet on his ring in the riddle game. 45. A wildlife technician, Richard Thomas, took the famous tongue twister, "How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?" and calculated a rough estimate of what the answer would actually be. It came out to be around 700 pounds. 46. Scientists discovered sharks that are living in an active underwater volcano. Divers cannot investigate because they would get burns from the acidity and heat. 47. The Ethiopian calendar is 7.5 years behind the Gregorian calendar due to the fact that it has 13 months. 48. The average American child is given $3.70 per tooth that falls out. 49. To properly write adjectives in order, you would list them by amount, value, size, temperature, age, shape, color, origin, and material. 50. The most expensive virtual object is Club Neverdie in the Entropia Universe, which is worth $635,000. It was originally bought at $10,000. If you like the content in this video, then hit like, share and subscribe this channel for more updates. Thank you for staying in this channel and watching the video till the end.